What's up guys, your friendly neighbor Demon here bringing you a new video, and today we are looking at G2. In particular, we are looking at Hunter. Hunter has been on a bit of a dip of form previously. When Niko came on, he really took a hit in the way he was playing. You would think it's because his roles were taken by Niko, but Niko came out and said that not many of his roles has been changed, so it's weird that Hunter dropped off, but we're looking at a much better Hunter in the last few matches, and a much better G2 since changing Kenny back, or changing Jax back in replacement of Kenny, who was on a long downswing for quite a while. Kenny was, let's have a look. So you could see his form has slowly been drifting off, pretty inconsistent, up and down, and for your main star AWPer to be posting ratings below 1, that is just really not good enough. So I think it's definitely the right move, dropping Kenny essentially. Is it the right move to have Niko on the AWP? We know he has great mechanics. Only time will tell whether this team is actually going to work. At the moment, though, they topped their group at the Pro League. If we look at the Pro League standings, no, they didn't. They didn't top it. They were top of it until last couple of games, but they still made it through pretty convincingly. That is the main thing. They made it over Vitality and Faze. Although I kind of expected G2 to go through, and I'd be an ends for the surprise, to be honest, in this group. But we're looking at a game from the Pro League against Faze, and we're looking at Nuke's CT side on Hunter's Nuke CT side. 23-7, man. What the hell did this guy do? To be honest, I have no idea where he plays on Nuke. I'm guessing Niko's sort of the main outside player, so I assume Hunter will be on some sort of A site hold. Maybe is the B rotator through the vent. We'll take a look. It's quite exciting to find out how he plays this. 140 ADR, man. What the hell? But yeah, G2 have been looking really good. Is this a honeymoon though? Is this a honeymoon? When they first brought Niko on the first event they played insane, and they played, well, they didn't play insane, but they played really well, and they made it quite far, quite deep in the tournament. They're maybe doing the same here. They're bringing Jax back in. It's a bit of a honeymoon period. Is it going to be stable for the long term? As we saw when Niko came on, the team just dropped off again after the first event. We'll see. But let's take a look at Hunter and him back in form, man. Let's see what he can do on Nuke. This is quite exciting to see how he plays the CT side. So yeah, let's have a look. Okay, so moving into the first round. This is the first time for me seeing this as well. I haven't seen this match at all. I don't think, and definitely not this game from Hunters POV. So we're experiencing this together, and that's exciting stuff. So let's see what Hunter does during this game. We're going to look at the demo as an overview, and then we're going to go back and look at a couple of rounds at the end to take a bit more note of what they're doing. So it looks like they're going for a ramp stack here, interestingly enough. There's 3 players over towards the ramp, Jax, Nexa, and Hunter. This could be a read on the part of G2, and they could be correct here. There's a lot of pressure coming towards Trophy. Hunter just playing the waiting game here. And off to sound cues is actually going to push in behind the Faze Clan just here. He's obviously being watched. This is an always possibility for someone to push Trophy and ramp behind on a bomb site plant. Being incredibly patient here, waiting for his teammates to show some contact and hopefully catch someone off guard. But Cold can't be caught off guard, apparently. Nice shot for Nexa to get a couple of frags there, but it won't be enough to do anything more. Okay, so a gamble stack pistol there. Doesn't quite pan out. Faze do show some pressure on ramp. They potentially hit it, but they just rotate back to the A site. They probably saw Nexa on the lockers area and decided to just hit A fast because they knew it would be slightly weaker if Nexa was there. The Hunter playing the Heaven area at the moment. Oh, a bit awkward there for Hunter and Niko. Smoke for the door, little lineup for you there. Hunter has the same deagle that I was using for a little bit. Faze already in lower. Obviously, Hunter's rotating down. He's being quiet about it. He's making sure that... There you go. 2 frags. There you go. There's the first 2 frags on the board. A quiet rotate down the vent. Some distraction from ramp. And a swing while they plant. One man can't have his gun up while he's planting. So he takes advantage of that nicely. Good force buy from G2. And what do you know? Faze are force buying back. Force buy wars. This is what this game should be called. Let's move into this. So as we suspected, Hunter playing the A site. Oh, he did make a step there. Rain's going to have heard that. A lot of pressure outside from Faze still. Also, a couple of players on ramp. Hunter could have his work cut out for him towards main, but they smoke him off, so they could be trying to split outside, and it looks like it is. Hunter just falls off after showing some presence. Takes one of the men outside. It's just 2 left. Brokey and Twists still in the lobby. They're probably just going to try and pop out the door here. Try and take a player or 2 down on the A site. Or they're actually going towards ramp, it looks like. It could be the right call. Just Jax there. In a bit of an off angle though. Let's see how he deals with it. Not very well apparently. Hunter obviously rotates down the vent, so it does seem that he is the rotator in these rounds. Easy cleanup for G2 as they know where remaining players are. Not a lot of time for Faze there, so all of the chips in the G2 basket there. Stand a molly on the door to slow any rushes down. There's only an Niko from Faze here, so let's just speed through this. Hunter did pick up a frag or 2 in that round. Oh, the molly behind the door, so you can push her. No one there to actually receive that, interestingly. No one's actually holding lobby on the Faze side. Oh my god, the bomb's on the roof. The bomb is on the roof, and Hunter's on the roof with the bomb. What the hell is this? I'm going to talk about that molly. I'm going to talk about that molly in a sec. No, I'm going to talk about it now. No, this is... Okay, so... Then our Hunters are up here. They managed to finally clear him out of molly and some help from Brokey. Carrigan actually gets the bomb back. But that round was pretty crazy. Twist actually finds one in secret as well. Jax, too smart about the flashes though. Amanak's still lurking around. They're actually hitting the A site at this point. Let's just speed this up. This is most likely a save situation just here for G2. Not even a save. Jax cannot stay alive. What a fucked up round that was, man. Okay, we're going to go back and look at that. I don't know what the hell happened. Hunter is playing pretty basic at the moment though. The standard utility on the door, etc. Going over towards Squeaky, depending on the spawn. And depending on what his players are doing around him. Again, the vent rotate. Secret's potentially been compromised. It's been called out that they could have crossed, and he's holding this cross towards the B bomb site. They're correct in their call. 2 people are down secret at the moment. They're trying to make their way, see what they can do. And Hunter's here for that pressure. Yeah, I was going to cope. I didn't actually turn off the X-ray then. That was the actual observer, interestingly enough. Funny how it changes it in my perspective as well. Hunter deals well with the pressure though. The boost tries to come in. Try and mess up the angle, but it's not good enough against Hunter. The A site hit comes in. Hunter rotates back up and helps out with the last frag. So he denies any sort of push onto the B bomb site. Only one was there. And then he plays his life, rotates off, and waits for Faze Clan to make their move. Once they have the man up, there's no reason for the Hunter to re-aggress and try and take that second man out in secret. Just play your life. Again, rotating through Heaven on top of Hut towards Squeaky. They're actually out on the A site. Not quite. Oh, no, they are. Man, that rafters... There you go. That rafter spot up top is so strong to hold Hut. It's impossible to clear. It's so hard to clear. Amanek sprays down 2. Hunter comes in for 2 as well. Easy round for GT there. I think it was just Deagles and a bit of util there for Faze. Oh no, it was a full. It was a force. So they're actually on an eco this round. So this should be a pretty simple one. I've actually walked outside, taken a few liberties here. Bit of a quiet one. Let's just move through this. Oh my god, why did I skip this round? It's actually a 1v3 for Hunter just here. Okay, I don't quite know how that happened. Maybe I should go rewatch that. So an eco for G2 just here. Hero AK on Hunter since he saved it. Some lobby pressure coming in from G2. Hunter hears a lot of steps outside. He's trying to get down the vent in the panic of things. He managed to make it down finally through the smoke. He actually drops a bomb, man. Nice trade from Twist. That was well done from Hunter to actually get 2. He obviously has to play the duels there because he's the only one with the AK. He's trying to stop a whole lot of Faze players. And his teammates aren't very well equipped. So he's taking the duels, trying to slow them down and cause some chaos and let his teammates do some damage as well. Unfortunately, gets dropped after 2. And this is a safe situation for G2. It's a pretty good save though. Nexa has an AWP on his back and Jax has an AK. So hopefully they can keep these. Looks like they will. Molly's actually inside the hut this time. Probably because he was the late spawn. Someone else mollied the door. And he was on the hut. I'm going to use this angle. This is an interesting angle. I don't think many people will be pre-aiming on the first box just there. It's a nice little spot to consider as a CT. You will be standing still, but hopefully you have the element of surprise on your enemies. Util comes in from Faze for the A hit. It's actually just a bit of a fake just here. And then I guess a delayed hit is about to come in a second from Faze. Damn, they actually just run down the vent. What? That's insane. Hunter's wary of someone lurking Squeaky still. He's right to be wary. Oh my god. He spots him at the last second. Unfortunately, quick switch gets him killed. Interesting round from Faze there, to say the least. You two considering what they got. Niko tagging cold. Nice shot from Niko there, not an easy one to hit. They get that? Nice retake. Really patient retake from G2 there. Using Niko as an anchor at the back to help protect them. As you should with an AWP. You shouldn't be entering with an AWP. And the rest of the guys with the rifles pushing in as a team. Really nicely done. A bit of util to cut the vision off on the double doors from Niko as well. But this video is about Hunter. He's on 13 frags at the minute. We're in round 11. Wait. How do you have 27 frags? Did this map go to OT? Or did he absolutely go fucking ham in the last few rounds? Util coming in from Faze on the main area. Hunter denying Util on, or counter Util on the squeaky area. The hit's actually coming in towards ramp here, and Nexter is cleaning up, man. Hunter's just making sure there's no lurkers. And he's found the last player. Man, there's no way you got 27. This must have gone OT if you got 27 frags. Am I reading this wrong? Once again, smoking the squeaky door. Pretty standard U2 on Nuke to molly the door, and then deny any sort of rushing or make rushing the vent or anything a little bit harder, and then smoking it straight away to deny any information from the T's as well. Sound cue door opening. He now knows that there's a player or two by the door. Cole's just playing with the door at this point. And here's the eco mowdown. 3 in the round for Hunter. And next, I'm an awful observer. I'm sorry I didn't get those 2 kills. That was an easy cleanup for Hunter just there. Just a straight spray down. Nothing too special. Once again, mollying the door as we talked about. It's smoked down straight away as well. Actually, I think that was actually a T-smoke. Potentially designed for some sort of... Nade's actually in from Faze to actually deny the top up position. Fortunately, Hunter is aware enough for rotating off that. Oh my god, are they going to push this? This is such a ballsy move. He spots Cold. In and out. Takes what he can and runs away. That's a good player right there. Once again, he takes the damage. They get the man up, and Hunter just falls back, plays his life, plays the man advantage. And he's aware of the potential main push. Finds another. Oh my god. 2 versus 3 on the side. G2 here. Twist and Broky both on the site. See how they handle this retake if it actually comes in. They're actually weighing out this smoke so that Niko can help from heaven as the other 2 come in. Unfortunately, Twist gets dropped. Broky's really holding this. Unlucky for G2 there. The headshot's too strong for Faze. We know that from our last demo. My last demo on Twist, go check that out. He's an absolute headshot machine. Inferno T-side, just absolutely torrents open. Go check it out as well. Worth a watch to see what that kid can do. And the gaps that he exploited. Once again, he's doing that molly behind the door so that Aminek can push through. This time, Faze aware of it. Hunter trades Aminek, and the lobby crunch comes in. The rest of the Faze players outside, just as the Dance have taken map control. G2 push on lobby and crunch on lobby, and Faze take advantage of that, leaving by exploiting outside essentially, because they know some map control had to be given up to take that lobby control. They now know that there's players down in lower. They made it down secret rather than just staying outside. Hunter staying here for the rotate in the vent. It was a bit too late for him to rotate down because they could be holding the vent. Still very wary of it. He doesn't know where both the players are. And he could be correct on this rotation just here. Faze probably are aware of the fact that G2 are stacking towards the ramp. They are just going to go for this B-bomb site though. G2 with the respect. Oh my god, Twist. Okay. Doors closed, unfortunately, for Hunter. Oh my god. The patience on the rotation from Hunter was everything there. He waited so long on the rotation that they were ready for it, but Hunter was just too strong in the way that he progressed towards the site, and too much damage had been done on Faze for him to make it easier. That M4, it's not a one-tap headshot, but there was enough damage on Faze there to make that work, and he got the 1v1 duels given to him. So, wait, we're on 22 frags, and there's 27 in his half, so he must get an ace here. Molly in the hut again. Oh, I'm ready for this. If this is an ace. They're rushing. What? Okay. It's not an ace. Okay, no. I'm forgetting. It was 23 for 7. So yeah, that is the correct amount of kills. Still a really strong half from Hunter. Great impact. One eco mow down, as you'd expect when having this many kills, but he's always seems to be good for one and done or on a double kill during the half. So let's go back and take a look at a couple of these interesting rounds, because there definitely were a couple of them. So a couple of the key rounds just here. This is the second round force buy from G2. This is just taking note of Hunter's role just here, and how he is very patient with it and takes his time. So let's just skip through most of the rounds. Basically, Faze get down secret, they get downstairs, and they have the map control down there. Hunter, the vent rotator, as we know at this point, he's just hanging out here at the top of the vent, making sure no one's lurking behind him. In Squeaky, that's quite a common goal. He takes a very quiet rotation down the vent, and he doesn't rush it. He doesn't panic, trying to help his teammates try and rush in. He's very quiet about it. He's making sure his teammates are taking the aggro. He's letting his teammates take the aggro, and him swooping in to save the day just here. He hears the plant come in, and at that point he knows that someone's gun is not out essentially, and he can hear that the plant is back default. So he takes his opportunity to swing that player, takes him out, takes a second from some body spams, and that is pretty much round over for Faze Clan. Faze have control of the B-bomb site. They have downstairs, and it's just Cold on his own, who was originally on the lurk outside, eventually gets taken out by Amanek. So that late lurk down the vent saved the round. As we know, that's quite a common rotate, and Faze are aware of this. They molly it, and they try and delay it. There's a bit of an opening in their game plan, and he does it another round later in the game where he does a really late rotate down the vent, and he saves the round essentially. So this player is using a Molotov that lands behind the door in the hut area. Let's give it a bit of a demonstration here. And they do this twice during the game. So Hunter lines up on the edge of the wall here, aims in the center of the door essentially, and at the top of this pipe. And he throws that. That actually lands behind the door, as you can see, and it doesn't, although you can see the flames just there, it doesn't actually molly in the hut. It doesn't damage you if you're a CT trying to run through. The idea behind it is so that, okay, sorry about the nuke map. The idea behind it is that the T's think that you've mollied the hut area, which means you're probably not going to come through the hut. But if you molly behind there and you don't take damage from it, you can have an unexpected push through the hut towards the T-spawn and crunch on lobby. You can see Jax and Nex are also crunching on the lobby through trophy just here. So the idea is Hunter and Amanek coming through here. Jax and Nex, what is up with these lines? Coming through the trophy room, and they're crunching on lobby, trying to take these players out who are dwelling inside here. In this case, they didn't actually find much, I think, and they take advantage of this and take the space that they can, since Faze are quite oblivious to the control that G2 already have. Hunter, he finds himself on the roof, and he actually finds the bomb on the roof. Carrigan actually spots him. Carrigan does well to play his life. He doesn't re-peek or anything. He thinks about what he needs to do to deal with this, and Hunter's in an incredibly powerful position here, just through the control that he found by throwing that simple molly behind the door. Unfortunately, he gets cleared out by the Faze Clan side. Well done from them with the nice molly and a bit of spam from Brokey, and they get the bomb back that was on the T roof with Hunter. So another round with a vent rotation just here, and there's a bit of a difference between this one and a couple of other ones where this one's actually an early vent rotation where he takes it down quite early. As usual, dumps his util towards the vent to make sure that no one is trying to vent dive real quick. Faze realize that, or G2 realize that they've lost outside control. They could be down secret. And in this case, Hunter actually rotates early down the vent. So we've seen him go down the vent a couple of times late in the round, and this time he's actually early. And he's taken control of these halls. Faze are playing a game where they can see where they can find a pick. And they go for the pick on Hunter, who they probably heard him drop down the vent, so they know that he's going to be down here somewhere. And they're trying to go for the pick. Unfortunately, Hunter, he's too strong in this situation. This actually falls off that boost. That could have been the problem with that bit for Faze. But Hunter, he gets one. He plays his life. He doesn't hear or see anyone else coming. And Faze decide to hit the upper site. In the meantime, Hunter, he rotates back through ramp. He knows it's safe that way. As he knew that there was another player in secret. And he comes in and finds the last frag as well on the ramp rotation. So we can see they're playing with the rotations down the vent and different timings that Hunter's doing based on the information that G2 have. Nuke is an interesting map where you don't have to necessarily have anyone on the B bomb site itself. Most other maps you have sort of anchors literally on the site holding it, but because the B bomb site has a bunch of different, or a couple of different entrances, you basically just have to hold the entrances to the map control, which also lead elsewhere essentially. So it's a really interesting rotational map. Quite common, you'll see 3 people on the A site, and then no one downstairs, and then one guy on the ramp, and then one guy sort of lurking outside, maybe towards garage or towards CT spawn. And as soon as they lost this outside control, they knew that they could go down secret towards the B bomb site. And Hunter's taken advantage of that, going down the vent and checking for that rotation or that push that's coming in down secret. Once he's confirmed that the B site probably isn't being attacked, and it's sort of confirmed that Faze are trying to hit the A site after losing a player downstairs, Hunter, he makes a safe rotation, as we saw, through the ramp room and back towards A to help his teammates. So really nice rotations from Hunter there. Really simple play, just playing his life, finding that pick, and playing the advantage that they had. So another slightly different look for the G2 side just here. So a new hit comes in from the Faze Clan, a new look. They're actually just going to try and essentially rush the B site through the squeaky door and the hut. And there's a really nice hold from both Amek and Hunter in really powerful positions. We do see Hunter drop on top of the hut quite a lot during this game, towards the early rounds, probably to deal with this exact problem. As usual, he mollies towards the door, and Carrigan actually smokes that and jumps out the door. A couple of flashes are actually going to come in for him in a second, but we can see that Amanek is on the rafters and Hunter is on top of the hut here, and that's incredibly powerful positions to be. Hunter can basically cover anywhere on the A site and take people out. And he does well to just play his life here again and stay alive, and then once he can help take people out. So he gets flashed quite badly, stays down crouched. Thankfully Nexa gets Carrigan through the smoke. Amanek cleans up, and then Hunter can help on top of the hut as well onto the last couple of frags. So a really powerful setup for G2 just there for that a hut push essentially. Unfortunately, I will say it was quite a lucky one from Nexa to get that kill. I mean, not lucky. Nexa knew what he was doing, obviously. But if Carrigan didn't die there, he could have done a lot more damage and really tore that setup up from G2. But again, Hunter was playing his life. He was staying down, and Amanek was there as well to help cover towards the A site. There's really powerful angles being on top of the hut, and then, as we said, on this rafters position up there where Amanek was. So this round is actually a loss for the G2 side. This is actually demonstrating the rotational powers of Nuke and how you can exploit them, and essentially what Nuke is trying to exploit where the rotations are at and everything. Hunter actually goes towards the main area this round. Again, that's probably spawn basically a good spawn for making it there towards the start of the round. He mollies the door as usual. He's aware that people can be outside, and he just tucks in behind this second vent. Just Amanek and Hunter on the site at the moment with Niko. But Faze Clan actually cause a rotation during this round over towards the bottom site just here. Hunter gets flashed into main. And you can see that Faze are exploiting an open ramp area just here. As they push in over here, Jats gets taken out. They haven't realized that it's already taken. And now Faze or G2 are compromising. Hunter takes the initiative to actually rotate down as you'd expect off the back of this information. If you got the ramp from, it's quite often that you will hit towards the B bomb site. The other option is pushing towards where Niko is, towards Hell and Heaven, and actually going onto the A site. As you can see, Niko's actually holding that at the moment. Rain's sort of lurking around there. He actually falls off. And Hunter's here ready for the actual ramp push. But again, this is the power of the rotations. So because of all of this commotion down towards over towards ramp, etc., they've completely lost control here. We have Amanek alone on the A site, and I believe Nexus lurking outside, and Niko's outside as well, sort of below Heaven. I think they've sort of cottoned on at this point that it could be an A hit, and the rotations are coming back towards A. But Amanek is actually on his own. And Hunter, he sees the light from Cold. Unfortunately, he can't help his teammates at all down on the B bomb site just here. So, really nice work from Faze during this round to actually make that work and cause the rotations to essentially compromise their entire round and take advantage of that. And there was only an eco there. Obviously, Twist pops off with the Deagle with 3. Pretty standard for Twist. And Hunter's now having to come back up the vent, which is nothing you ever want to do in a retake situation on A, because it's such a sketchy place to be. He actually finds Twist with the nade, and I think he manages to save at the end of this round. But we can see again the power of the rotations on Nuke just by putting some pressure somewhere on the map and taking one of the bits of control, in this case being the ramp run. It really opens up quite a lot of things and makes it very complicated for the G2 side to rotate. We saw Hunter go down the vent towards control and try and catch anyone trying to push down onto the B bomb site, but that push never came, and G2 got caught in no man's land essentially. Next was outside. Amanek was the only sole player on the A bomb site. Niko was around sort of the Heaven area, but the push in from Faze just outnumbered the people holding the site, and that was GG essentially at that point. So we see another interesting play from the CT side during this round. As usual, the usual molly towards Squeaky. Faze actually naded the door straight away. The smoke comes in to smoke the door as well. Cold, a bit of spam. And Faze actually set up nades for the top of hut in this situation. Hunter actually hears them coming in and miraculously manages to escape that. He was in a pretty good position to do so. If he was deep on the hut, then that probably wouldn't have happened just then. But the Kovac cousins are actually going to work on a play just here to actually take someone out. You can see that Niko's actually sort of clearing out these angles towards the lobby area as the doors open. Using this cover, Hunter is actually going to slowly crawl in through the door himself and find Cold in the corner by himself, not able to see Hunter, and he dips in out there, and they take the man advantage on the side of the G2 side. So quite a basic play, just Niko, as we saw, clearing out this lobby area, holding that cross down so that Hunter can sneak in and catch Cold in this quite common spot to sit behind this box. So a cheeky little play there to find the CT advantage. It was not just some random push, it was coordinated with multiple people. So that's something to consider in your games. If you're going to push something, maybe you could get your teammate to hold something like Niko does, or flash you through, or something like that. Don't just go for solo plays. Maybe in your pugs you can do that and try and take the advantage. It's harder to do in pugs, especially if you're solo queuing, etc. But if you're playing with your friends, try and coordinate, and you'll be able to do things like that. Okay, so last round we're going to review just here. Round 14. They're going for the play again where they molly behind the door, and Amanek's going in first once again. He actually gets found. Hunter with the trade though. Lobby crunch coming in. You can see how they push through the ramp as well in that situation. So again, it's a coordinated push from the CTs, not a lone push. There's support there and a plan behind it, not just some random push there. And Hunter gets one and dips out. Meanwhile, Faze Clan are actually making their way down sort of the secret area. They're actually going to take control of the B bomb site. Once again, we're going to see Hunter on this vent rotate, and again we're going to see a lot of patience from him. He's very aware that it could the potential, as we talked about the rotations on Nuke, playing with the rotations, that Faze could suddenly think, okay, all of Faze are on B bomb site, we can't plant this, we can't do this, let's just rush back A and get the plant down there, which happens quite often. It's a nice play to make. Hunter is still considering coming down here. He's trusting his teammates to hold it at the moment. It looks like Faze do consider rotating back up. Brokey with the molly, still scared of the vent area. They're both rotating down onto the B site still though, and they go for the plant. On this cue, Hunter then decides to rotate. He hears one planting, he hears one firing, so he knows that they're on the site, and he just uses his prowess to come in here. Clears the correct corners. A naughty little flash and an easy headshot for him on Brokey just there. It's a really nice play from Hunter to actually save the round in a 1v2 clutch. As we discussed a million times, playing these rotates and Nuke is essential, and he plays it really well. A lot of patience and then a lot of confidence in the gunfights there from Hunter to actually make it work. Unfortunately, his team will drop and he has to do a lot of the work that round. 3 kills, and yeah, just a really nice clutch from him. So we can see how Hunter is really playing his life, really being smart. He didn't actually do anything particularly special or incredible during that. I mean, the clutch at the end was pretty special. The 1v2 clutch, that was very well played, but nothing really that explosive or complicated. He just played his life. He was very calculated in what he was doing. He played with his teammates. And that's how he managed to find that many kills. I mean, he's in a high traffic area, he's in a high traffic position, so that's also a plus on how he got so many frags. But yeah, he didn't actually do anything that special. He was just very smart about it, very calculated in what he was doing, and just made it work. Is he going to keep this form up? We'll have to see. G2, they won't be playing again till the playoffs. For the Pro League, they're not actually scheduled yet. I mean they're scheduled, but we still got another group and a little bit to go through. We actually got Group C finishing later today. We'll see who's going to make it through. This is actually a really cool group, a really tight group. You'll probably, by the time you're watching this video, already know who go through. But back to G2 though. Let's see if they can continue the form with Jax. It's looking positive so far. They've dropped down to number 13 on the rankings. They've sort of been in and out of the top 10 in the last few months with Niko. So let's see what they can do. Hopefully we can see them shine. Though the Kovac brothers, continue to see them shine. Yeah, we'll see. Tell me what you think in the comments. Please subscribe for the next video. Like and share it if you want. And yeah, we'll see you soon.